Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jenny. For today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to recreate the feathered eyebrow. So this one is a little bit different than your normal Instagram eyebrow. If you're totally tired of that super harsh and super one-dimensional and perfect eyebrow, then you might probably want to start trying out this trend. Actually, I don't even know if it's a trend or anything or if it's trending, but I really like it. It's actually inspired by like the feathered tattoo eyebrows. It's like all over Instagram. They're just, instead of tattooing like a filled in eyebrow like the old school eyebrow like my mom has, but to make it look more realistic, they're tattooing like individual hairs, or kind of just tattooing like the shape of like how a brow would naturally grow, instead of like, you know, having just one shaded solid eyebrow. It makes so much more sense to get a few colors and just literally go in and feather in small strokes until you get like the shape. You're just putting in hairs where you have missing areas, and it just, the overall results look so much more natural. And I love this eyebrow, even though it's gonna take me a little bit longer, probably like double the time I normally take on doing my eyebrows. It's still so much worth it, and let me tell you, these eyebrows are not going anywhere. Basically what I did was not draw any like horizontal lines. I just went in, every stroke was just a feathered stroke. Oop. This eyebrow has so much dimension. There's nothing flat about this eyebrow. That's why I really like it, because it looks very natural but still full. It's like a full young eyebrow, like a eyebrow that hasn't been tweezed yet, and it just looks really good. Don't get me wrong, I love the Instagram eyebrow. I don't know what else to call it. I think it's called the Instagram brow. Love that eyebrow. It's actually like my go-to, just because it's like, at this point, I've been doing makeup for so long, it's like super easy to do. It's quick. This is just a new refreshing way of doing your eyebrows, and that super sharp, perfectly defined eyebrow is not for everybody. Some people like to go a little bit more natural, so this one is just a lot softer. It's youthful. So good. I love this. I'm like loving this. I literally wouldn't mind doing this every day, but I'm lazy. Okay, so I just did one eyebrow, so I'm going to show you always both eyebrows. Obviously this one's not as full as this one, so we want to change that. Excuse my eyes, I know that they're a little bit red. It's because I've been staring into bright lights all day, and that's just what happens when you stare into bright lights. Your eyes get red, so excuse my eyes. So the first thing I want to do is actually set my eyebrows with a little bit of brow gel. The brow gel that I'm going to take is my ANASTASIA clear brow gel. This is just to sort of keep the eyebrows in place. You don't have to just kind of run it through very quickly. We're still going to go back at the end with a little bit more, so you don't have to take too much time, but what I really want to do is just shape my brows how I want them. So all the brow hairs towards the inside of the brow, try to stick them straight up, and then just brush the other ones out and up. So I'm going to actually be working with two different colors. I'm taking my dark brown and my soft brown. I pick up the dark brown one first, and all you're going to want to use for this brow is something really thin, like a really fine eyeliner brush. Personally, I like to use this one here. This is the 266 from MAC. It's just, I think you would call this like a angled eyeliner brush, but obviously we're going to use it for the brows. I've already done one eyebrow, that's why I have a mess on the back of my hand, but what I want to do, apply that on the back of my hand. I always work off the back of my hand, especially with cream products, because the warmth of your hands helps melt the product, and it just goes on a lot more fluid and you have more control over it, in my opinion. I also kind of like to work in the brush and shape it into a really sharp tip. I'm going to start in the beginning of my brow, or the center, what's this called? Like the beginning, the front. And just start to draw more dimension in the brows. So if you don't have any brows like I do, because since I already have the shape, I'm kind of just using that as a guideline, and I sort of know where not to pass. But if you don't have brows already, what you can do is just take some concealer and sort of pretend like you have a brow and then carve it out. So you're just drawing right underneath with some concealer, and that can be your guideline. Remember, you're always following the same direction of your natural hair growth. And I'm just keeping in mind that I do want my brows to look a little bit fuller. So just draw in hairs where you have sparse areas, or kind of bring them a little bit lower than your natural hair growth to make them look a little bit fuller. Okay, so that's pretty much it, what I'm going to do with the dark brown. To add some dimension to this look, I'm going to go now in with my soft brown. This is just a few shades lighter, and it's just going to look super dimensional. I'm just going to go in and mix it right into the dark brown, just so I just get a lighter version of the same color. Even though, like, for example, my hair, I dyed it all one color, it's just black, but you can see a lot of dimension because there's hairs overlapping each other, there's lighting, and some hair is catching the light different. So that's what we want to do with our eyebrows. So even if you don't have the actual hairs, you want to create the illusion that there's just a bunch of hair and it's overlapping each other. So that's why you need more than one color. I'm using two, but I'm still going to set it with a tinted brow gel, so it's going to be pretty much 3 different colors. And we're just going to go in and do the same thing. I'm also going in right at the arch and drawing some hairs upwards, but a little bit out of place. This is going to make it look a lot more youthful, kind of like your brows are very natural, but still pretty full. So this is a really good trick if you want to make the brows look a little bit fuller, but without having to just draw them kind of thick. You just draw more hairs. The last thing you're going to do is just want to set this with some brow gel. So now this is what's going to keep this brow in place, and it's not going to budge because we added 2 different coats of brow gel, and this is what's going to tint my actual brow hairs, making this look super 3D. So now I just want to make sure that they're both pretty even. Since I had drawn that one already, like, they're a little bit different, so I'm just gonna go in and match them up. So I'm just drawing some more hairs in the beginning. So I just went ahead and finished the rest of my makeup. I tried to keep it pretty simple just so it can all go together and you can actually see how the brows still look pretty natural. I love how this turned out. I love this eyebrow. Even though it took me a little bit longer than like my normal routine, I think that the results are so much better. It looks natural, and this is not going anywhere. All the amount of gel that we put into our brows, it's not gonna budge. So even if you did put a little extra effort into it, it's gonna last you a lot longer. So it's definitely worth it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this makeup look. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys gonna try the feathered eyebrow? Is this the new Instagram eyebrow? I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, love you.